Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, introducing you to my second stead of PvP invasions, this time with a different character. This character was conceived the other night. I started playing through and with the full intentions on building a player versus player build. So his statistics are all going to be focused into the things that I'm going to need. And his name's Ezekiel, he's a badass, and he's going to be a dexterity build, so I'm going to be using katanas and scythes and things. I will be mixing up the weapons with him, so don't worry if you're getting bored of seeing me fight with a katana. I will be fighting with very similar looking katanas, but they are different, I assure you. And I've also sped up some of this, which I think I'm not going to do in future, but there's my guy. He taunts at me, I wave at him, because I use the wrong taunt. The reason for that is I usually move my taunt so that my bow is the first one so I can do it quickly, but unfortunately this character's new, so off we begin. One thing I will say, guys, is I do apologise in the previous video how I was commentating as if everybody knows the things I know about Dark Souls. That was a mistake. I'm going to probably make a video that explains the beginner basics of everything I'm going to be mentioning in these videos, so somebody who's not necessarily a Dark Souls player can still enjoy my content. And I don't know when I'm going to bring that up, but it's probably just going to be me talking over a picture of Dark Souls, something like that, so that it's not too heavy on the render and I can get it up quite quickly. But things to watch out in this duel here. This guy's using a claymore, and his claymore is ridiculous when it comes to stun locking, and what that means is the first hit makes me flinch and I can't move, but there is a trick where you change your weapon that enables you to recover from the stun lock and then you can roll away. But you'll notice he was so powerful, like he was doing a lot of damage, he was hitting me really hard, and he just beat me. And I wasn't prepared for that duel because he was, he was better than me. And unfortunately, the red orb shows that he was also, this character at this moment in time, I think he was level 70. So that guy is twice my level, which is unfortunate, but it does not take anything away from his skill. He beat me fair and square, it was a fun duel, but he had a lot of life and a lot of strength and a lot of everything, so I got my face smashed a little bit. Good fight though, and I will be probably using a claymore because I have it on this build. I don't have it upgraded yet. I might go for a chaos claymore if you can do that, which the differences in the weapons for anybody that's not too familiar is you can change them elemental, where you lose the ability to scale the stat, which means certain weapons scale off statistics, and if you have a high statistic it will do more damage because it scales correctly. And when you turn elemental, you sacrifice that scaling bonus for a really high base damage. Something I'm probably going to talk to in length. So right now, I see the guy down there, I thought he was going to come upstairs, and he doesn't. I wait for him, he never comes. What he's doing is he's looking down there thinking I'm going to come from that direction, and I didn't. So I taunt, and unfortunately, the guy starts throwing Zeus's lightning bolts at me, or the lightning spear as it's called in this game. So you'll notice he is using a grass crest shield, and I think that actually could be a drake sword. So he's wearing the iron armor set, a grass crest shield, and a drake sword. He's also got, I don't know, he's not too strong. So I would say that this guy's probably a new player who's not so much looking for PvP, but it does beg the question, why the hell is he walking around Anor Londo in human form? Don't get it at all. Couple of things to bear in mind. People who walk around in human form are generally one of 4 people, maybe less. There's the ones who want PvP, there's the ones who have absolutely no idea what they're doing, there's the ones who want to co-op and they're trying to get their friends in, and then there are the people that are 4 deep that are ganking like bitches. That is generally how they play. But I just invaded the world of Sangan, and if anybody plays Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll remember that card because it was extremely cheap. Not a tough card by any standards, but it was a card that people used to get things. It was very good for getting Exodia pieces, it was very good for getting a few things into your hand if you needed to do stuff with other cards. But I come in here, and this is kind of funny, because I can't see this guy, and I think he hits me from behind. Actually, no, there he is. I don't know what this guy's doing. he starts firing arrows at me, and I think I get hit because of the lag, which is a little shitty, but what can you do? And there's no bows, there's no etiquette, so I just think, let's do this. Anybody wondering why my katana is now, you know, the size of a small car, is because it's actually a different weapon. This build will be circulating between a lot of cool weapons. I have the washing pole, which is the Sephiroth sword. It's really big. It's ridiculously big, actually. The damn hilt on the thing is not so big, but the blade is massive. So Sangan does not like getting invaded, so he sends me a message calling me a douche. And I think I sent him one back with something along the lines of, I'm not the dumbass running around Anno Londo in human form. And he sent me back a message saying, I just want to play co-op. So I was like, well, I'm sorry dude, but From Software didn't exactly intend for this game to have the co-op exploited like people do. And when you're in human form, you can get invaded. It's just how it works. It's how the game is. You know, you don't play Modern Warfare 2 unless you want to get noob-tubed. That is literally what it is. But every time I invaded here, I noticed that people were across this far side. Do you see that gold thing there? That is a bad sign. That means that this is a dude doing co-op or ganking. So I climb up here because, you know, I'm an idiot. And I think, oh, we might actually have something interesting here. And you'll notice, because I know this guy's not going to give me a fair fight, I change my weapon. And I change it to the Uchigatana plus 15, which is, at this moment in time, it's one of the stronger weapons I've got. And I can see the host on the little shelf below these platforms. You can't quite see him on this video at the moment. Do you see him there running around? I see the host. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I can probably jump off this rafter and attack him in mid-air and do some, you know, crazy gymnastic shit. But this guy comes up for me, and I notice he's got a spear, so I think, I can probably fight this guy with a spear on here, because I'm kind of comfortable, and right there is my mistake. He changes to a talisman, and then he just Wrath of God spams me. And I fall off. So it's not honourable in any way. It's in fact one of the most douchey things that people do, because that that spell is no skill whatsoever. It is an area of effect that has knockback, and he was doing it to me on a balance beam, so I think that guy's a dick. So this is anti-spiral, or anti-spirale, or no idea how you pronounce that, but I bow, he says come on, and the duel is engaged. So I can see he's wearing a mask of the, I think that's the mother. He's carrying a crystal shield, which you don't really see, so I'm kind of glad I found this guy. And he's got pyromancy, because that's the glowing hand he had just then. So he's using a dark knight, a black knight sword, which my character does have. The only reason I don't have it as my secondary is because of how many people turtle behind shields. A strategy I want to get into is getting this build so that he can wear the red tier stone ring, which when my life drops to below 30%, I get a massive damage boost. And then from that, I'm going to generally switch to a two-handed sword, a really big, you know, fuck you kind of sword. And I'm going to try and just get the stun lock or try and get the parry for the win, so that I can have some exciting, you know, desperation moments in my videos for the people that watch. He wasn't built for this, and he was running away to try and heal, and I didn't give him the opportunity, which is unfortunate, but it's just how it works. But I move over to the Undead Parish again to see if I can have any more luck than I did in my previous video, and I drop into Lolu Mad or something, and this is actually a really, really good duel. I enjoyed this one a lot. I actually thought, I keep saying actually, I do apologise guys, I don't know why your brain clings onto certain words when you're doing these commentaries and just wants to use them. It's kind of weird, but this guy, there he is. Do you notice he's got the dragon head on, he's using the Quelog's Fury Sword, he's wearing, I can't quite tell what armour that is, but he's got a, what kind of shield is this guy using? He's using a Black Knight shield, so he's also got the Witch of Isolus robes on as his lower part, and his upper part, I can't tell what it is, but I know that this guy's probably New Game Plus, which means I've bitten off a little bit more than I can chew, but he bowed, so it's a duel, all the enemies are dead, it's me versus him, and I'm using the washing pole with my Shotel secondary, and his shield is tanking, so he hits me there, and I hit him back, and we're doing maybe the same damage to each other. because his weapon is not too damaging against me and mine isn't too damaging against him. But the shortle gets the stun, and this is the problem with poise. For people that don't know what poise is, I'm going to explain it in that other video, but poise is a statistic that stops you from flinching when you're attacking and when you're getting attacked. And if you do not wear armor that has good poise, or if you don't compensate with a ring that has good poise, you will flinch over any hits. You'll notice when I shortle this guy, he's flinching. You see him? That is a stun lock right there, and that is because his armor does not have the poise. If he was wearing a better armor, sure, he'd be heavier, but he wouldn't have the problems he's having. And unfortunately, that did turn into a little bit of me, you know, spamming the shortle because he was turtling. But it was a good duel, and I enjoyed it, even though I got indicted. But I sent that guy a message, which you might see in this video. Yeah, you're going to see it. And I asked him for his soul level, because I do that after pretty much every single one, just so that I can, you know, have some fidelity to why I win and why I lose, that kind of stuff. And he was a lot higher than me. He was 55, he was about 55 levels higher than me, which is a lot. But he hadn't played the game in a while, so, you know, it's just how it works. And he did not do anything cheap, so dude, I have mad respect for you, unlike this guy. Watch that. So what happens there is, he's got two buddies with him. I think the AI buddies there. I don't actually think they're humans. And he's a caster who has pretty much every single casting thing you can imagine. And he activated Crystal Soul Mass, which is a spell that pretty much locks onto you. I turned the corner, and it hit me with every single burst, and I died. So I send him a silly message, because that's just what I'm like. And that was my last invasion of the night. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying the videos. And you take care now.